I just have a few questions for you. There's something I really don't understand as a journalist. I mean, you're aware of what happened in Newtown, Connecticut, right? I mean, you're aware of the shooting of those little children. And yet, the very next thing that you do is you come across with a music video about shooting people. You've got a gun, you've got it loaded. I mean, I know there's music in the background, but isn't that insensitive to do? I mean, think about those people who have just lost their children.
I can completely understand the way how people would be sensitive to it because, I mean, I work in an elementary school myself and I teach dance and I have children ages 3rd grade to 8th grade and I'm with them every day and I love them, and if it came down to it, and I would dive in front of a bullet for them if I had to. They drive me insane sometimes, but I'd save their life if I had to. And the video, it's a song. It's not a statement. It's not a political thing. It's just a song. And in country music, we sing about real stuff. We don't try to sugarcoat it, or it's not all flowers and daisies all the time.
When you picked out this song, was that before the shooting?
It was.
How'd you get this song? Is this your song?
No, I was actually on the back porch of my manager's house, and we was just going through pitch songs, and his wife brought this one up. She said, I think this one would go good with you. I think you'd be able to portray this one well. And I said, okay. Well, we listened to it a couple of times, and I said, yeah, send that to me. I like that song. So I listened to it a few times, and although I can't relate to it in a way that I call my best friend with my husband, I have had in the past, I have ex-girlfriends that I've caught with my ex-boyfriends, and I'm sure that the rest of the world can somehow relate to that song.
When you went back to school and that job that you had, did you ever think, what would I do?
I did. I thought the women that I work with, I'm sure they had time they met because they're teachers there, and I was just an after-school person who showed up. And I'm sure they went and had meetings of what to do, but I had in my mind what I would have done.
Wow. So that was a pretty personal thing for you.
It was.
Yeah. All right. So now talk to me about the music video itself. How did you decide to shoot them or not to shoot them? What was your preference? I mean, really, just thinking about it as a song long before Newtown happened, how did you decide to do the ending?
When we was trying to decide how the ending would go, this being my first music video, I didn't want to be portrayed as somebody who would just pick up a gun and shoot somebody just because of jealous and envy, you know what I mean? So I was like, I wanted to take the high road. I didn't want to actually shoot them. I would never harm anybody over that, and I didn't want to be portrayed as somebody who would have done that in real life.
So when we saw those shells hit the floor, those bullets, whatever you call them, they hit the floor, those had not been fired.
No, they had not.
But if you don't know anything about bullets, you don't know that. So when we know that you didn't shoot them is at the end when we see them sitting there still, alive and okay. All right, so you found this song. And you really liked it, and it fits you.
Yeah.
Do you own a gun?
I do not. My family does. Since the time I was little, I grew up with guns. My papa had guns, my dad has guns, my brother has guns, my uncles, my cousins, everybody has guns. And in eastern Kentucky, where I'm from, you probably won't find a family that doesn't own multiple guns.
Okay. What do they do with their guns?
Where I'm from, hunting is a big thing, and they'll hunt whatever, and they have a gun for every season, and that's just the thing. And some people do collect guns, like say so-and-so would collect antique vases. It's just a collector's thing. And in my family, we've always had guns. I've grew up with guns. I do know how to shoot a gun, but my dad and them has always kept them locked up under a safe, and I cannot tell you to this day what the code is to open that safe. There's no way I can get access to them.
So there is a safety system that people who are used to having guns around use, so their children don't, get into the guns and get hurt and that kind
Yeah.
of thing, right? So that's everyday thing to you. It's not unusual.
No.
What if I told you that I want to come and take the assault rifles and the big multiple fire magazines?
With that, I really don't have a strong opinion about that because if someone does have those, it's usually just for bragging right purposes only. They don't really use them. They're not going to use them to go hunt deer with. They just have them to say they have them.
Okay, so what if I told you I want your handguns?
No, that would be a different story. Where I'm from, you just need something to be able to protect your family. If somebody breaks in your house in the middle of the night, I think it's your right to do whatever means necessary to protect your family.
Do you think that people will feel okay about you having done this kind of music video right now in this time, after the shootings and so forth? I mean, there's all this gun stuff too. All this, we got to take people's guns away and people fighting. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff about guns right now.
There is.
Yeah.
Again, it's a song. It's not a statement. It's not a political thing in reference to guns and gun control and all that. It's just a song, and I don't think that we should be penalized for putting out a video during this time because it's not that it was on purpose. It was just coincidence.
So you're used to being around pistols and guns. It's not unusual at all. In fact, it's usual because you all live out in the country. Yeah? It's very, very rural out there. Tell me about that area.
In eastern Kentucky, it's nothing but mountains, and most of the time, if you pull graveyard, you're going to be working in the coal mines. My dad, he's worked in the coal mines. My papa works in the coal mines. My great-grandfather worked in the coal mines. Just everybody works in the mines. That's just the way of life.